The Moore's 25th annual sewing technology party is going on now. This is the chance to get the best deals on the latest products. So, I just got word that Baby Lock is raising all the prices, and it's going to be September 1st. Okay, and that's because they've been absorbing the tariffs, and they can't do it anymore. Okay, now I've been buying ahead of time, and so the prices you see now, I'm holding until September 1st. Okay, and so you want to beat the price increase, and that's important because you've been looking for different machines. So I'm going to talk about some certain models here, and I want to talk about the Baby Lock Vesta because you'll never see the price that it is online right now again. Okay, and especially with our bonuses and everything we have here. So this is one of the best values in a sewing and quilting machine. Okay, and embroidery machine. So here, let's go to the top feature. We'll go to full screen. So this has 300 built-in stitches, and I have a color touch screen, and I can access it. And these are large multi-directional stitches. It also has the automatic 1/4 inch, and the automatic 1/4 inch moves the needle over so that I have, without having to change the foot, a 1/4 inch. It has the automatic fabric sensor, so it senses the thickness as it climbs, but I also go to the sheer fabric, and the sheer fabric, it automatically adjusts. Combined with the automatic tension, gives me wonderful, wonderful fabric control. Knit fabrics, lycra, you name it. It has an embroidery system that's 6x10, and they have beautiful embroidery, 260 built-in embroidery, and a lot of them are exclusive to Baby Lock. And so from the color screen, I select it, and it's beautiful embroidery. I also, this comes with a free program you can download for a Wi-Fi database transfer, is what's called database transfer, and I can transfer designs. And by the way, the designs you're seeing, we're including as part of the bundle. These are Anita Good designs. And I can view the designs, I can select them and press go, and it selects it and sends it to the machine automatically to sew out. Okay, that comes with it. Also, I have my 9-point positioning system, which I can line up my mark, my coordinates, and you can do much larger patterns. So you can see, this is really an amazing machine. I've got 2 very large monograms, and I got all kinds of fonts. And I will tell you, Baby Lock has the best connective script. It's beautiful. Okay, so I can size, I can arc, and I can ray, and I mean, that's really a wonderful, wonderful machine. So let's go here. This is $49.99 for all that. Okay, and it's on sale for $29.99. You can see that's the lowest price I can advertise online, and you're going to, real quickly, you're going to see it go up in price. You'll never see that again. I have interest-free payments. So again, you've been looking at this machine. Don't wait. If you're going to procrastinate, you're going to pay more. Free shipping across the country. And if I run out, I can't get them at that price. So this is while I have in stock. I have to say it. Free shipping. Tech Party. Use Tech Party at checkout to unlock the savings. But wait, there's more. I said, if it can't get any better, it's awesome. I'm going to include all those designs that was on that. It's on one USB, but it has several design collections by Anita Good. This quilt box, which is a large box of Madeira, quilting and sewing and embroidery thread, stabilizer. We've got scissors, we've got ruler, and we've got the Love of Knowledge membership where you can go to a vault of all kinds of classes on that. That's a 60-day membership. That's a $299 value. That's included. All right, now we've got a brand new machine, 2 machines. We're going to call these are twin sisters. These are twin Baby Lock machines. One is the Anthem, and that is a sewing and quilting machine. And the other is the Reflection, which is a dedicated embroidery machine. So these are brand new out by the Baby Lock company. And so we're going to first talk about the features on the Anthem. That is the sewing and quilting machine. So let's go to a full screen here. So what is it? It has a large 11.25-inch opening. So that's a large opening, large space, beautiful lighting. It also has their full-size screen, 10.1-inch capacitive screen. So they're putting the top model screen on that. That's awesome. It has a large, extra large extension table included, and that's really exciting. It also has, I added that laser. It is by laser. You don't see the laser, but I put it on the video. Stitch sync, stitch regulator. It uses a laser so that you have a stitch regulator, and that's awesome on this. We've never had this in the Baby Lock line, and at this is their sewing and quilting only machine. And so I can attach different feet easily, and they snap on. Actually, there's a lever, and so I've got the standard I have an open toe. I also have a what's called a glide foot, which is great for going over the seams and off the edge things. That's really nice. And so I have different modes, 3 different modes. So the first mode is intermittent. What this means, when I press go right there, it stops when I stop. So there it is, it's stopping. It's still flashing. That means it's on. And so I move it, it starts again. So that's a lot of other brands they call precise. That's what that is here. So that's one mode, and that's really exciting. Okay, so the next one is continuous. Continuous, I press go, and when I stop, it still does a little couple stitches. Okay, and so that way I can finish my points. And so that's a nice function as well. Again, it's adjusting the speed to give you a nice stitch regulation. The next one is continuous zigzag. Now, here's the thing. I can do a zigzag, and I can adjust my settings and then save my settings. I have 3 different backup memories of settings, okay? And then I can save it for later. So if I want to retrieve it, there's my savings right there. I want to retrieve it, and then it comes back, and I have to apologize. I just cut a heart with a pair of scissors. I didn't pay attention. That's definitely raw edge applique, but I'm using zigzag free motion, and it is it's fun. Okay, so it gives you a nice control on it. The last one is basting mode. Okay, so again, I press go, lower my foot there, and it gives me, and I can adjust the size. So basting. Now I sped it up so you can see it's actually slower. It's been I'm moving the fabric, but that gives me a nice control of this here. So that's an exciting feature on the new Baby Lock Anthem. That's the sewing and quilting machine. What else? We have their compact digital dual feed. It's a belt-driven dual feed system that's controlled by the computer. So look at that. That is 4 layers of marine vinyl. I can do Minky. I can do, what else? Quilting, of course. And that's awesome. That comes with this here. It also has 804 built-in sewing stitches because I guess they figured 800 is not enough. So they did 804. And so we've got applique, we've got directional stitches, we got utility stitches. Awesome. This is their top model sewing and quilting machine. It has hand stitches, which gives you illusions, pulling a bobbin thread up so you give the illusion of hand stitches. Basting is actually one of my favorite functions on this series. It's a true basting stitch. And that gives you the ability, look at that, that's a real basting, okay? And that's for sewing. And it can taper a lot of their the satin stitch and a lot of their decorative stitches, and it has a wide range of tapering. So this is a very full-featured, top-line sewing and quilting machine. It has their IQ laser technology, so I can adjust my laser, in this case for a 1/4 inch or any place in between. They have quite a range, so we have the laser. So now let's talk about the Baby Lock Reflection. This is the sister, the twin sister of the Anthem, but this sister only does embroidery. Okay, I'm excited about this because this offers a price point and a niche for high-end embroidery. So it has a large 14 by 9.5. That's a large embroidery area. It also has that same large screen, 10.1 inch. And it has their applique creator, and it has matrix copy. So those are features that have been found on their higher models. And so matrix copy and the applique, combine the two, it automatically color sort. That's great for patches. And I got a sample of that rabbit here. I've been showing that for the last couple of years on other machines. Now we have it on this one. 26 built-in fonts. And I will tell you, Baby Lock has the easiest lettering program. I can do several lines. I can do flush right, center, left. I can arc and array. I mean, it has that control. 26 different amazing fonts on that. Now, what else? We got so much to talk about. 6 large monograms, beautiful large monograms. I have those samples I want to show you. Again, all the video content I've created. Okay, so I've stitched the samples out, and I love showing that. It also has perfect precise placement with the 2-point laser. Okay, so how does this work? So I put Juliana's name up there. She goes by Jules. And I put the first laser on the, see, I drew a line at an angle. So there I put the laser on one end, and then I line up the second point. And what that's doing is it's going to line that up so that Once I line it up there, it's going to adjust my name, her name, to be perfectly aligned. It is really the easiest placement that I've seen. Okay, so this has that feature. I also can access stippling 30 different patterns, 30 different fills. We have stippling, we have echo quilting, we have the decorative fills, and look what I can do. Okay, amazing, amazing fills. Okay, and so this is awesome. That's part of this here. What else? It's a Wi-Fi device, and you can use that free database transfer. I also have IQ Monitor. An IQ Monitor, what this offers is the ability to see the stitches in progress as you show. So it'll tell you when there's a thread change, tell you when a thread breaks. So it gives you the warning on that. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to go over to the camera here, or the position, and I'm going to start with, this is the Baby Lock Anthem. Okay, and so what I have here, and let's look at the fabric here. Do we have a shot on the fabric? Okay, so what I have here is I have the stitch regulator on. That's the stitch thing. But we're going to also, I have this little cable. Okay, the machine doesn't know that it's on there. And so when we look on the screen, I think I have a screen here. Okay, so before I plug it in, I'm not going to plug it in because I want you to see the screen, because as soon as I plug it in, it knows I have that stitch regulator on. Okay, that's kind of cool. So I love the way this works here. I've got all kinds of stitches. Here is the basting. There's that's the actual hand stitch. You have a quilt category. I love the way that's angled. Here's the basting right here. Okay, let's go to decorative stitching, or let's go to all these decorative stitches. See, the point is I've got so many, 804 different stitches that I can go through here. So when I take all this, okay, all I have to do is plug in this control. We're on the screen here. I want to see this here, because all I have to do is plug in that cord. And once I do that, we're going to take this here and go back to straight stitch. Okay, and then learn something new every day. I can't be in the decorative mode. Now I press that and automatically goes into my stitch regulator. Okay, and so on the screen here, I've got the different modes. What was that? That was my intermittent. This is my continuous, and that's my basting. Okay, but let's go to my continuous, and I'm going to go to I want to retrieve a memory, because here's my settings. I got the width, I've got the length. Okay, I'm not doing a zigzag, so that's the case. But the length I might want to adjust. I might want to adjust the tension. I'm not. But I may want to adjust the height. And so I can retrieve this, and I can see all the different heights. This right here is what I want, and it defaulted to my last one. So I'm there. But if I wanted to switch to zigzag, I can retrieve that. And look, there's my settings. So that's what I love about this here. But I really want to go back to my first memory right here. So we're going to retrieve that one. Okay. So now we're going to go to the fabric. And on the fabric, I want you to see that I can turn my laser on. So you can see the laser right there. Oh, like my hand. Okay. So there's my laser, and we're going to take this, and I'm going to, why I like that is that gives me the ability, kind of a reference. And I'm going to press this, and I simply just press go. And you can't hear this, but I have an audible chime, because stitch regulating has a range. And so if I go too fast, it can't keep up. So now I'm in the zone. And why am I using that laser? I like keeping it parallel, because it's actually better to keep your hands in the same parallel position. And so I'm actually taking this, and you can see by doing that, I'm always keeping it straight this way. And that is like a training wheel to have better stitch regulation. So that's an awesome feature here. Again, we have stitch regulation on it. If I want to change the foot, right here, I select this. And let's say I want to do this right here. And this foot right here just gives you another control. I mean, I love this. Okay, so what else? All right, so now let's go over here. I have the reflection. Okay, I'm going to swing on over here, and we're gonna come over to this side right here. Okay, so this is the baby lock reflection. Now this does not sew. This is just embroidery. The Anthem doesn't embroider. So what I love about this is you may have a machine that has all the features you want, but you don't have embroidery. You may have 3 embroidery machines, but you don't have one that has this large, beautiful embroidery area. That's 9.5 by 14. Okay, that is awesome, and that's one of the built-in beautiful designs. So I like what they've done on this here. I like the screen here. So we got the screen, and the design that I just put up there is this one. Looks like right there. Okay, but I want to do this here. I have to do that. This is my rabbit, and I've got my edit on the screen. We've got applique, so it turns anything into a patch. Okay, that's that one. Okay, and I'm only going to say this because my family cringes when I say this. What do rabbits do? They multiply. So I'm multiplying this like fast as rabbits, and that's how I made a lot of rabbits on it. That's called matrix copy. I'll cancel that. So I had to do that. But let's go back to home. See, this is so awesome. So I got all those different fonts. Look at all those fonts. If I remember at 26. And then we have these large fonts. Okay, so I've got these stitched out. I want you to see this one right here. That is gorgeous. Okay, and so look how that beautiful that is. Okay, that's that one. I've got this. I mean, they're large monograms. Look at that. Okay, so cool. Okay, so these are top model features, but I'm not stopping there. I want to show you something else. Let's take and let's go back to the designs, and I'm going to choose this one because I have it stitched out. Now, I have the most powerful sizing because it's so easy and so fast. So I take size, and I can take this and I can increase it 200%, that fast. I can take it down, and that's from the original size. I have these stitched out. I want to show you in a second. I can go 70% smaller. Okay, so that's what's cool. Okay, now let's go ahead and go back to my standard. Now, let's say that's not the color I want. I want to take this and go to color shuffle. And color shuffle gives me the ability to choose different designs. Okay, there's my vivid. Okay, so I can refresh that. Maybe I like, nope, let's refresh. I don't like any of those. Let's actually, I want to do random. And random, I'm going to manually, and I'm going to take it and choose reds and greens. See, I can tell it what I think I like. Okay, and from there, now there's only 3 colors, so I don't on that design, but I take this, and it gives me some options. Okay, I kind of like this, so let's put a heart on that one. I kind of like this one. Let's refresh. I can do this. That's 9 times, I think 10. I had 90. It might be more than that. Okay, so let's take that one. Okay, now let's look at my favorites, and let's audition. Okay, so I got that one. Maybe. Okay, maybe that has potential. Actually, I like that, but I don't like the green. I might choose that. Yeah, I'm going to do that one. And let's set that. Okay, and here's what I want to do. I like that, but let's change the green. Now, I want you to see on the screen, I think you may be able to see that this says Madeira Rayon. And I hope everybody can see that on the screen. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Okay. If not, zoom in. That's what I'm saying, guys. So Madeira Rayon. Okay. But I want to change it. This is Floriani. This is Floriani number 1600. I want to see what it looks like in this. So I'm going to go to Floriani, and I want to type in Floriani 1600. There we go. And now I can see what it's going to look like with that. I like that. So that's right with, I love that feature. Okay, that's the one I want. Okay, now what else? I'm going to take this and I'm going to show the fills. So this is what I was showing us: automatic stippling, or I can do automatic echo quilting and I can adjust it. And I can change it to the size of the frame. See, these are top model features. That's what's cool about this. I can also choose from 30 different fills. So let's say I want to do that. And now I have this here. So we're going to show, there is, first of all, there's the sizes. That's the large, that's the standard, that's 70%. There it is with the fill, but what I wanted to do is you see without the fill. But so there's so much capability on this here. And so let's go over the specials on this machine. Both these machines. All right, so what's the deal? All right, the Baby Lock Anthem, which we're going to be shipping these in September. Okay, that's just a couple weeks from now, because at Baby Lock's convention is actually the end of this next week. But they gave me these machines ahead of time so I can show them to you. The Baby Lock Anthem is $8,499. Okay, that's a top model machine, sewing and quilting machine. We have an introductory price of $6,999. Interest-free payments of $194.42 a month. We can ship this nationwide, free shipping across the country. Don't forget to use Tech Party to unlock the savings. Coupon code Tech Party. But wait, I've created my own custom bundle for this. This is a George special, and I'm including 17 additional accessory feet that doesn't come with this normally. I'm including a designer sewing box, it's called a fabric pressing mat. I wish I had this here. It has a cutting mat. It has an audition where you can place it, you can press it. It's really a neat thing. Plus, all that quilting thread, another ruler, some stabilizer, because you can use that, and bobbin thread, even when you're not embroidering, and scissors. That has a value of $699. That's the Georgia special in addition, but that's only during Tech Party while supplies last. Now, the Baby Lock Reflection, again, is that dedicated embroidery machine, okay? And it's $79.99, and it's on sale for $59.99. See, that's what I like about technology. They brought all those features down to the lowest price I've ever offered. We've been able to offer on this. So this is great for when you want to up the scale of your embroidery, or you want to have an embroidery machine that truly matches your top models. $59.99, $5,999. Interest-free payments of $333.28. Free shipping across the country. Don't forget to use coupon code Tech Party to unlock the savings. And, but wait, there's more. I'm including that Madeira thread box with the, I believe, 180 spools of thread. And then the quilt box, because that quilting thread can be used for embroidery, and stabilizer, and scissors, and bobbins. Oh my, $599 worth of value. That's awesome. For more information on this incredible product, click on the link to see our current special offer. You can email us at customerservice@moores-sew.com or call us at 1-800-865-9664.